It has been 11,000 years since the kingdom of Adora was cast into the astral sea, along with the invading demon god Deimos. The last king of Adora, Gnarl Denstra, the elven god king Xandril Mishinel, and the necromancer Avigard fought and stopped the impending doom of the internal darkness from coming forth, but were lost to the world when they too were cast into the astral sea. Now, the land of Redigan is split into 4 kingdoms. Adashmira is the Elven Kingdom, where 10,000 years ago they called the elves back into their forest to lock it away. Most heeded the call, but some believed that they should not segregate and stayed in the world.
The Round Top Rainforest, where many other races call home, is now a kingdom under the direction of the druids who reside there. They left their borders open, but all know that if you enter and do not respect the forest, your life will be forfeit.
The Dwarven Kingdom of Gratispar called the dwarves back to their homes, closing and locking the doors of their vast mountain kingdom, and they have not opened them yet.
Finally, the Kingdom of Remedigan, known as the Kingdom of the Humans, left its borders open and welcomed anyone who sought refuge. It thrived, not from isolation, but a joining of all races under one idea: peace. 100 years ago, Odura returned. With it, the High General Martin Firewell and King Xandril Mishinel, and there has been a fragile peace between all kingdoms. Until now.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hey!
Hi.
Doc, do the thing.
I quit. I
All right, good stream, everybody. Bye.
That's a wrap!
That's all it took.
Yeah.
Sit back and relax as I take you out of your reality and into my nightmarish dream world. Welcome back to the Bros and Dragons podcast. Do-do-do-do-do. Pew, pew, pew. I am your Dungeon Master and host, Daniel Doc Gentry, and with me as always... Actually, let me change it up. I am your Dungeon Master and host, Daniel Doc Gentry. Welcome to the 75th episode.
Yeah. We did it.
Now,
We helped.
And people, it's 25, but over the entire story, which you guys are part of,
The world.
75 episodes. But joining me as always is the Impossible Sorcerer playing Taste on Firewells, our very own Nerdworks.
Okay, all I'm going to say is it was either last episode or the episode before. You said that you do the intros in the same order every time. And I'm not always first. And this time I am first. And now I'm scared because now I don't know. Hi, everybody. I'm tired. My future in-laws were visiting. Also, this is a business beverage that is 9%, and it tastes like juice, so I'm going to die. Also, I normally wear my hats forwards, but it's branded, and I think my COO and my CFO would get upset if I wore branded content that wasn't my brand while I was on the... Cheers.
If you want to sponsor us, Coke. And by the way, I just said I didn't change the order because somebody was missing, but I just take the first or the last person, make them first. That's how it works.
If we haven't noticed, I don't really listen to what we say when I edit the podcast. I just more or less make sure that there's not a scream or a cough or yeah, like that.
The Guardian herself, long live the Waffle Hut, playing Stroop Waffle, as always is, and I'm going to say this forever now. Thank you to the person who invented this, but Stroop Dog, aka Hannah.
Hi. My pants feel weird on my body today, so that's where I'm at emotionally.
We're on camera. You don't have to wear pants. The champion of chaos, long may it rain, playing Miranda / Montera, is Lissa. With the new
May
background.
Chaos Reign! Yes, Wayne? May Chaos Reign.
Wayne.
Marriage. It's what brings us together today.
Last time on the Bros and Dragons podcast, the group went to the Silver Dagger Inn and told Tom, the owner, that when they relax, demons attack. Ava was practicing movements in the garden next to Tayson's room when Tayson called out to her. After getting dressed, she talked with the group about heading out to Hardel, and Ava found out that one of the houses is possibly Tayson's, as well as the others being Miranda's. Miranda dreamed of the gods' council chamber, not important, where she cast a woe and augury upon Deimos' chair. Talking with each of the five, the high gods of Bengen, who asked her about her Talking with each of the five, the high gods of Bengen asked her about her thoughts and helped her walk through them. They tell her that they will stay out of what is to come, and either Montera will be successful or Deimos will be. Tayson was about to lose control in his dreams, hearing Juniper say, "Why not me?" until his tenant woke him up. Miranda went to the Temple of Five as Stroop and Tayson ate breakfast. Miranda found out that Trent died, sacrificing himself to save at least one family. She meets an old friend who gives her a note to meet her at the address that she found the dwarf in town. She went to Trent's house or room and found notes written by him. Stroop and Tayson talked about what they should do to prepare to leave and who will be in charge of the trip. The queen tells Tayson about the baby and money and told him she is going to send someone to get his rings from the Adashmira. As they prepare to leave, Tayson gave Ava lead on the traveling caravan to Hardel. Stroop told the Dawn Warrior Dench to put some respect on her name. They made it to the campsite and set up as Tayson and Ava talked about trances, and she's curious of a half-elf, never meeting one. She tells Tayson that she is a tree birth, that her moms prayed to a tree, and she would have told you the Cheyenne Dalal, but they call it the Testilla Forest because it's easier. It's the forest surrounding the Testilla tree. Stroop found out that all guardians are powerful people at the very least, and that they all were chosen by Gaia in specific areas as well. Meeting Sir Pendrick Raelus, and I did write it down after that, a new paladin that lived in Hardel and wants to take the Soul Forge as his assignment. Stroop told him that she would check with his parents Miska and Trofuf Raelius, and that are some of the displaced people of Hardel. The last thing they all heard when they went where they were starting to wake up and get moving in the morning was a deep male voice in the distance saying, "I am free. Let us adventure on."
Wait, we actually heard the deep male voice?
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you a recap. I'm going to give you a recap. Okay, so you guys are just starting to wake up and you hear, "I am free."
Well, fuck.
Oh, you heard that too?
Oh, yeah. I definitely heard that. Stroop, do you hear that?
Yeah, that and some other rumblings.
Just gonna do that. Wait a couple beats to see if there's pandemonium outside or not. Before we cause it. 1, 2, 3. And Tayson's gonna count to 10 and just listen and see if anybody freaks out outside.
So everybody there looked around, shrugged, started putting things away. The only other people that responded were Posh and G-Mine. They have quite a little worried look, but a little bit of a smile going on.
Hey, you two, knock it off. You're not allowed to be excited yet. You're getting excited about the thing that you're going to get excited for. For now, relax. Could be a prank.
G-Mine stands up, puts his hand out, just says, "Sorry, Grand Duke."
I think he did that on purpose, Tayson.
Do people bow to god warriors?
No.
Why shouldn't they?
We serve the people.
So do I. Ha!
But if
Samesies. It's fine. I'm distracting myself through humor because that was terrifying. So,
if you're going to start giving orders, we could start being more formal.
if I order you to be less formal, does that work?
No.
Oh,
Can Rashmala make a rock so big that he can't move it? That's a stupid question.
can Tayson make a don't bow and Grand Duke? Please? Can I? This isn't rhetorical. I'm actively asking. I don't know.
I'll ask the queen next time I see her.
Okay, that'd be great. Well, that seems bad. Do we have okay? Hey, what does this change? Like, I'm assuming nothing, right? Like, we still kind of have to figure out the whole, like, abyss thing. And, I mean, it just means that everything here is going to get even more shitty, right?
It could just be a giant's pooping ritual.
I haven't heard, I mean, if it was a ritual, you would hear it more often, right?
How often are you here with nobody else on the road?
Been a couple of times. Not like a ton. I don't know. It's just one of those, like, too coincidental things. Huh. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go check on Ava and see about getting everything moving. Stroop, if you want to do the delegate to people to get them roused up and stuff, that would be good. And if one of you, if one of you could go with Stroop, because she's quite fierce in nature, but you are, also very large in stature, so maybe that would help get people moving.
It's a small camp, but sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gotta get going, right? Get busy living, or Deimos make you dying, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go talk to Ava, and Tayson will get himself ready to leave. We're in our little tents, right?
Well, you sleep outside.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which of them is going with me? Posh or G-Mine?
G-Mine.
Okay. When G-Mine and I go off on our own, I want to ask him, hey, can I sit here? Can you lift me up?
He reaches down, just grabs you by the scruff of your shirt, and just picks you up and puts you on the shoulder. And as he does, you can feel why he carries two great weapons and uses them one-handed.
Oh wow. You gotta give me a workout routine. All right, everybody, and just start giving orders to like pack it up and let's go.
Yeah, so everybody starts packing up, help out a few people. Of course, there's a lot of like just mason workers, carpenters, those kind of people in this group. The Dawn Knights seem to be ahead of you already, helping pack up, wrap up some stuff. Tayson, you go over and you find Ava. Where you were situated, to the west is where that came from, and on the forest line there, Ava's just standing, looking, just kind of pondering, listening.
Am I interrupting?
No, you are not interrupting.
Okay. So that means you're not doing anything then, right?
Just curious about what I heard, that's all.
Oh, yeah, the I am free.
Yeah.
Deep, dark, ominous voice thing. Okay. So, what are you looking for?
Something to happen? I just feel like that's usually a beginning sign.
Precursor kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like other shoe dropping should be imminent and hasn't happened yet. Cool. So should we stay here or should we get moseying?
Staying here is a terrible idea. I told the Dawn Knights to start getting everybody packed
Oh,
up.
yeah, that Stroop's on it too. And Miranda is, helping with the rousing and moving and hitting pots and pans to make people move faster, kind of stuff. Okay, well later we should talk about what that was if we don't figure it out in the meantime. But yeah, excited for the first like full day. This will be good. Head south.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll let you get back to your landscape watching, and we'll bye.
Is that what you came over here to talk about, Tessa?
I wanted to talk about what that was, and then I got nervous. So I want to talk about it later when we're moving.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
that the thing you told me might be coming?
Huh? Yeah.
Is that the thing you said might be coming?
Yeah. Except for now it's like, free. So I guess it's here, but not here because it's not like imminently here, but all that.
So not a giant pooping.
I've heard that going around, but I don't. Again, I thought that was just stereotyping and wrong. But I also haven't dealt with a whole lot of giants, so I didn't know if it was a cultural thing or not. But I'm gonna say very, very probable that it is in fact not that.
Well, it doesn't change anything as far as I know, unless you know something I don't.
I mean this with all due respect and honesty. I might, but I wouldn't even know what it is that I know that you don't at this point. So, frankly, I think we're on the same page and hopefully reading the same book. I maybe there's a couple of chapters extra that I have that I don't realize, but we can compare books later.
He looks behind her. Looks like they're ready. Let's start heading out.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
You two walk back. Last of the carts are loaded up, and everybody starts moving. As before, Dent jumps up front. The other guards take position, and you guys start walking. What should be more of a happier day, because at the end of this day, you usually end up by the Waffle Hut. There's not so many people on the road traveling. You maybe see a cart, but here it's usually busy as people come from the crossroads up and back down again. But you start moving down. Anything you guys want to do while you're walking?
I'm comfy.
Hey, Tayson.
Oh, I'm not comfy. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I know we're kind of like on the way to see my parents and stuff, and my family. But I'm a little nervous about the state of the Waffle Hut.
Sure.
Do you think the noise came from that way, or it's probably further away, right? I'm not very good at gauging things because I got small ears. I'm concerned, and I need some comfort.
Okay.
And Miranda's in the bathroom, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think and Tayson will wipe his hands onto his sides to make sure they're as clean as possible. And then he will kneel down and grab Stroop's face and say, "I think I've got this." Okay?
Okay.
I don't think it came from that way. And if there was one cause that this world could get behind, it would be us all banding together to destroy that evil thing if it were to dare lay its hands on the Waffle Hut. So, I think it's safe, but we will find out soon, and we will do everything we can. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Waffle Hut is very loved.
Yes.
By people all over.
Like, I mean, Demon God has to eat too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't discriminate.
I mean, I was about to say maybe you should a little bit, but that seems. First of all, it's not my business, and second of all, I don't. That's probably a slippery slope. But you could just put a sign on the door: no demon gods. But maybe there's some good demon gods. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
also, if we get there and it's totally fine, I have a new recipe I want you to try, and I promise, it's not bad and poisonous. And it's brothy. It's broth with pancakes.
Was there a comma in between there? It's not bad, comma, and poisonous, or it's not bad and poisonous?
It's neither bad nor poisonous.
Okay. I mean, that hits at least 2 of my top 3 criteria in anything that you make, so great.
I really hope it is okay.
I mean, we probably would have heard something, right?
Yeah, I mean, my family is very loud people. They probably would have run screaming in all different directions.
I was thinking somebody would have sent word, but okay, that's fair as well.
I mean, that somebody
Could have been screaming family. Yeah, no, totally makes sense. Okay, that checks out. Well, for now, I mean, there's no harm in hoping. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. And that said, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that way.
Yeah, I don't think it was either.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Let's just continue on.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. We've been walking this entire time. Obviously, like we wouldn't stand and have a stationary conversation as part of a caravan. That would be silly.
You stop for a second. You have to catch up a little bit because you stopped to grab her face.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I didn't think you were stopped and talking.
Yeah, of course not. That would be foolish. Who would think such a thing?
I would.
All right. So yeah, I guess that's it. Like I'm Tayson's good. Just again moseying next to carts and stuff.
Yep. You guys are coming out of this conversation. You start looking around and little familiar sight off to your right. You don't have to do anything, but hey, that's where your cart went that one time.
That feels like a while ago. That was like weeks, not months. I mean, like it was months, but like it wasn't like 6 months ago that happened. Like, oh, okay, fair enough.
You guys
was thinking about telling people out loud, but then I literally would just be saying, "Hey, there was the time that I was an idiot," and I don't feel like broadcasting that to people who are like expecting me to give them directions and stuff. So,
Hey, Tayson, remember that time you went? No, I don't say that.
You guys travel. The weather shifts a little bit. It gets dark and overcast. A few sprinkles, but no rain comes. Doesn't deter much. The only people that seem to be trying to cover from it, expectantly enough, are the masons, the carpenters, and the family that they have with them. You come around a bend and you go down where you know you're going to see this site of the Waffle Hut. Instead of seeing the building, you see a plant-covered outer shell of this building. out front standing there, and you may have never seen this before, in green and silver inlaid armor, a long sword in one hand and a shield in the other is your dad. And as you come, he waves at the caravan. They wave back. I don't think he notices you within all of that.
Oh, I'm sprinting to him, like
Okay.
using my full speed, dashing all of it, right up to him. Uh, hey, where did you? What? I didn't even know you had this. This is nifty. This is cool. And I start touching his armor.
You get about, you make the run, you get there, and as you get closer, you notice black pools of ichor around. And as you come up, big smile on his face. There you are, and he gives you a big hug. Oh, this is a time before I met your mom. Now it's all about making waffles and not burning water or whatever your mom tells me I do.
Yeah, have you? We'll talk about that at some point. I definitely want to hear all your cool stories. I got some stories for you now too. What's all this crap on the ground?
Big bugs, long pointy noses, decided to come. So your mom did a plant thing that she does. Chip's got a new pet. Yeah, it's been a last interesting day-ish.
Oh, well, I definitely want to hear all about it as soon as I see the pet. That is the thing that I got the most out of this conversation. Please take me to it, or point me in the right direction. Where are my brothers?
He opens the door, just, hey, guess who's home? And you hear like clattering of pans and stuff like that as the carts get parked in the little stable area. You do notice there is a few people, like here. There's other carts, a couple of horses. People have stopped in. Not a lot. Not as much as there used to be. Is everybody going in, or is this just a Stroop? Because I would just do this as a Stroop thing.
Oh, we're walking up. I don't. Is there anybody else out there other than Papa Stroop right now?
Right now, it's just him and you guys as you're getting in.
Okay.
And even at a point, he's like, "Oh yeah, come on, hurry up! I'll take care of the wagons. Let's get inside."
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Thanks. Everybody, park on up over here, and wipe your feet and stuff before you go in, but not on the yucky black stuff on the ground. Use some grass.
Everybody starts coming into the Waffle Hut. The doors are open. There's nobody at the counter. There's not the side hustle of your brothers in the tie and jackets. Chip and Barry are both there, and they're like, "Yeah, come on in. Let's go. How many in your party? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put tables together. We're making this work today." And you head in. Stroop, you catch up to Chip as you guys are. Chip's going forward. Barry's giving him the thing, grabbing the menus. Did you want to say anything?
Yeah, so Chip, we're just letting everybody come in here dressed however they want now, I guess. But anyway, I heard you have a pet. Please. I heard you have a pet. Please show it to me immediately.
Oh, well, that's easy. And he flashes a hand, and just sitting in the air is a fire corgi.
Oh my god. I know where this is from, too.
Fuck you.
Oh my god. I love it.
I'm so mad.
What's his name? What's its name? And can I touch it? Will I get burned?
It calls itself Moo, and go ahead.
Oh, cool. Stroop turns from like a pretty serious like warrior type, trying to like play it big in front of her family, into the youngest girl, like just the smartest little baby, and just, oh my god, you're so cute. Oh my god, I just want to give you all the kisses. Oh my goodness. Just, yeah.
In the air, it rubs on you, it flips over, does a little thing.
Little puffs of smoke fall off of it instead of hair.
Yeah, I'd like to think I get like some ash on my face.
But the fire doesn't seem to burn you.
Oh, love it. This is heaven. Hey, Chip, where did you get this thing, and how did everything happen? I rely on you for information, so please tell me the things.
Well, a month ago, the druid side kicked in. It's been a little annoying at best, but yeah, yeah. So apparently, I'm learning what I need to from Moo because Mom doesn't understand what this is. She's never seen this before. Apparently, we're all like supposed to be big spell casty. She called it Circle of the Dirt or Land or something. I don't remember.
Buttons are hard. Yeah, definitely. I think it's called Circle of the Dirt. That sounds right. Um, yeah. So that's cool. Yeah. I thought it was just me, but I guess I'm not as special as I thought. Um, but yeah, that's cool. What are all the big piles of black stuff outside?
The giant mosquito-looking things with like 6 legs. This morning, everybody heard a voice, so we went outside to see if everybody was okay, and they came swarming over from the forest area.
That sounds gross. Don't like that. But we also heard that noise, so not good, not good. How did everybody do defending? I mean, it looks like you guys fared pretty well. Like,
I mean, they're just bigger mosquitoes. Oh yeah, Dad apparently can't cook. Is really not very dexterous. You've seen him in the kitchen, and it turns out beating things up is his thing.
so Dad's kind of a badass. Okay. Don't tell Mom I said that word to you. You didn't learn it from me.
I mean,
So,
he
just
literally,
you got.
no, he literally summoned the fire pet. Like I think badass is probably in the vocab at this point, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't raise children. I don't even like kids that much. The Chip is.
Siblings, not children.
Yeah, those things.
Isn't it your?
Chip's the only good thing.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Very cool too, I guess.
Hey, you know what? I'm speaking out of turn. I'm gonna take 4 steps backwards, and you just keep doing your thing. Okay, bye.
But you all
Yeah.
get seated in the Waffle Hut.
No wait, I mean, you just got here. Are you supposed to make me something weird, brothy and pancakey, or is that like a?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
You just hold still, and I go in the back and I try to whip together some.
Is the holding still part of the food? I'm
Yes.
concerned.
I whip
You-
up some chicken
well,
broth, some batter.
You go in the back, and as you open it up, you see, lack of better terminology, giant plant things that are cooking. And your mom seems to be just there, moving things around with her mind and trying to cook on her own because now she doesn't have 2 out of 3 helpers that she usually has in the kitchen. And there has been a few people here. One of them's washing the dish and the other one's preparing food. It's really weird when you put your mind to it, so you try not to think about vegetables, cutting vegetables, but this is what's going on.
They come back. It's fine.
Ma, oh my gosh, what was happening?
Boop, and she just drops what she's doing, runs over to you, and grabs you in a great big hug.
Is this when VeggieTales goes wrong?
Oh, this is nothing but right.
Yeah, hi, Ma. Hey, this is a lot to handle right now. How's it going?
Way better now that your dad's not back here. I don't want to tell him, but it's been amazing. This day is probably the best cooking day.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's the welcomer from now on, the host. That might, Chip and Barry might be a little upset, but, yeah, it smells delicious in here. What
Yeah,
it is?
she starts talking about what it is and like explaining, but she's like, yeah, I wish he wouldn't ever have a reason to pick up that stupid sword again. But yeah, these over here, yeah. And she starts explaining some things that she's got going on. They have a lot more soups now that have been inspired by somebody who used to visit a lot. And they do breakfast all day now.
Did we not?
I was going to say, did the Waffle Hut not do breakfast all day?
Originally, they had a breakfast lunch. It was in suit and tie. It was very formal.
Up until 11 o'clock, it's the Waffle Hut, and then it's the lunch hut, and then it's the diner. It's the dinner hut. Okay, fair enough.
I am confused because I always thought waffles were served all day.
No, it's a Waffle Hut because their
last name is Waffle. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It's still jarring. That's all.
But she makes some space for you to do your thing if you want to continue making your new concoction.
Yeah, I make a Tayson's broth with I heat up the broth real high temp, and then I put the waffle batter in it, so it like cooks the batter and makes like this. It's what I'm eating right now, with biscuits.
So you're essentially making a funnel cake.
Yeah, kind of.
It's a savory funnel cake, is what I'm getting.
It's chicken dumpling soup without the chicken.
It's funny you mention that
Makes
because that's what I made. I haven't had a chance to eat it yet. You start making your cooking. The rest of you guys are sitting down, and Posh and G-Man are looking around like this is this. Lean into Tayson.
Yeah.
And for a second, they think about what they're doing, and they look around, and you can see the thought process goes from, I have a question. Should I ask Tayson? Who else would know? And then finally they go, Miranda, it feels like this place should be more formal, isn't it?
Well, usually it is, but they did just get attacked by things, so I think they dropped the formalities for now.
Because it's really nice, and it would be a shame if this was like a jeans and t-shirt dirty from the field kind of place.
Yeah, it's definitely not. You normally would rent some formal wear, have like an entire thing. It's a very nice establishment, but considering all hell is literally breaking loose, they're just trying to get by at the moment.
The only person, as you guys look around, who's not in here is Ava.
Okay.
After a while, Stroop comes out with her cool concoction.
Is this in a bowl? Okay, it's a bowl. Okay, great.
Is this our Waffle Hut index?
Love that her bowl literally fits her whole face.
Right?
I don't have any spoons, so I have to drink it.
But it's like, you look like I would be like this.
Can I have like a? Did you make any more of that, or is that like a one serving thing? I don't know if you got more in the back.
Oh yeah, I got tons in the back. I'll pass it around.
Could I have I was gonna say, could I have another bowl?
Like a second bowl?
Yeah, like one for me and then another not for me.
I think she brought one. Yeah, she brought one for you, and then she's drinking out of another one she had in her hand.
Yeah, I brought some for the table.
Okay.
I got a big thing in the back, but I'll go grab another bowl.
This is an everybody thing. This is not a, hey, Tayson, you try this.
I mean, it's specifically for Tayson, but everybody should have it.
Got it. Okay. This actually makes Tayson feel a lot better.
Good. But yeah, who's the other bowl for, Tayson?
Well, I mean, Ava's not in here, and I'm not sure if she's supposed to be like outside watching and stuff. And if she is, I don't know if they eat, but they probably should.
Yeah, you can. Here's a bowl for Ava.
Okay, great. I'll drop it off for them. I really have to ask her if they're a plurality or not. I'm not sure how this works. For the record, I'm just me. Okay? But if you need to talk to me and you need to reference the tenant and stuff like that, then you can say you guys, and that's okay. But like, if you just need to talk to me, then I'm just me. I don't know if they need to eat or if Ava needs to eat. Or I'll be right back. And
For the
Tayson will
record, I
leave.
did not expect this. For the record, I'm aware of that.
You take the bowl outside and you see Ava and Stroop's dad talking. And the part that you hear right when you open the door is something he would be, yeah, I gave it all up. You meet that one person and you know that's the one. I took her name. And Ava looks and says, "Oh, hey, you can eat. I'm going to stay out here and just watch because I don't feel right about what's going on."
Oh, I actually feel kind of silly because I brought one bowl. I brought one bowl because I didn't see you in there eating, and I didn't know if you wanted something to eat, and I didn't think to ask you, Papa Stroop, Papa Waffle, if you needed something. So I'm here. Hold this and eat it if you like it, and I'm gonna go back inside and I'm gonna get another bowl.
As Ava takes it, Stroop's dad's like, "No, I'm good. I eat before rushes."
Oh, gotcha. I didn't. Okay. Okay. Well, cool. If you need anything, holler. I'll let you both get back to your watching and your stories and such. And Tayson will head back in.
She takes a spoonful and you hear her say before the door closes.
This is exciting.
You all get your meal, this and anything else that other people order, drinks. And then after a while, Mama Stroop comes out of the kitchen. Says there's not a lot going on, so I figure I'd come catch up. Look at all of your friends, sweetie. You have so many of them now. As she looks around the table.
Mother, yes, these are all of my friends, Ma. I know all of them by name. Yeah, but this is the guys and the girls and the theys and thems and all of us. We're here.
She's got a big list of friends in her book too, and they're not even all here.
Yeah.
We have the bitches, the bros, and non-binary hoes behind us.
Yeah, we got those. I've never had people meet my mom before. That weren't just like customers that kind of knew me. So this is cool. Haven't had a lot of friends, Tayson. Not a lot of friends.
I mean, I was just gonna say like I've met your mom, and
Yeah, but like as a customer. Like,
mostly.
Oh yeah, you guys. Yeah, you're right. You guys have come here. But like everybody else, like.
Sure, I get
it's
that.
not-
No,
I think she likes to entertain. So.
She's the person who
Your
operates a
mother
restaurant.
likes
yeah.
to entertain. Who would have thought, given
Yeah.
that she owns a restaurant?
Yeah.
As you say that, she actually goes, "No, franchise, dear. Big difference between just one restaurant and franchise.
Right.
It's bigger.
No, I get that. So wait?
Put some respect on my name." No, I'm just kidding.
So wait, hold on. You own the franchise?
I own this part of the franchise. I franchised into my grandmother, and she
Okay.
did from her mother.
Okay. So, does that make you a franchisee or a restaurateur?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a lot of titles.
Oh, we're working right now about setting up another one a little further south. We're making great money, but things came to a halt this morning. We might have to do a different business plan, sit down and reorganize and
Yeah.
restructure.
Yeah.
I won't bore you with it, but
Chip does it all the time, so it's okay. It's been a while, so it's fine. Hey, what happened today?
we heard a noise, went outside, and a lot of big wasps, big blue-eyed, long horned things came over. We took care of it. I put a protective barrier up. We're fine in here.
Is that the first time that anything's happened like that since we left?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's surprising it doesn't happen more often, I guess. But
Sure.
it might. Locusts have migrations, and different animals have different things. There might have been something. I thought maybe a giant was just pooping and announcing it to everybody.
I've heard that. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I think we're gonna stick around for a little bit. We're all heading south, but we'll head there, and then eventually we'll come back. So if you two want to hang out, I know you're busy, but do the family restaurateur franchise CEO thing.
Yeah, Mom, let's go ahead and let's pop in the kitchen and catch up.
Sure. Yeah. No, we'll talk later about how you set up mason work. That sounds fascinating to me. You head into the kitchen with your mom.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I haven't been able to, get the old druid wings going for a while, so it was fun this morning, actually.
Good. And Chip and Barry are doing okay with their newfound powers?
Chip is. Barry hasn't shown anything yet.
Huh. That's weird. I mean, they're twins. I figured.
He might not, though, which is okay.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I should chat with him. I know, he and I aren't as close as Chip and I are, but, probably go have a little talk with him, make sure he's doing okay and doesn't, have a villain origin story starting,
Oh, but if he does, as long as he's good at it, I am going to be proud of him.
You're right, Mom. we gotta be supportive no matter what. That's why we don't discriminate here at the Waffle Hut. Just in case. I was talking to Tayson about that earlier.
If they have the coin, they're more than welcome to sit down and eat. Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make us the villain? Anyway, I'll go ahead and let me go find him. Let me help you clean up the kitchen first.
Oh, I have helpers now. I haven't been able to do this in forever.
Oh, this is nice. Okay, I gotta get me some of these. What spell is this?
But that
Yeah.
just a simple plant spell. Have you been practicing anything? You emanate different.
Yeah, my specialty is more trying to turn into things and it going kind of okay. Still trying to find my footing, As much as I like doing this, it's different, It's different than being in the kitchen. So, any advice you have, that would help. So just practice.
You got to take time and go into the forest and just be alone sometimes. And if you're doing the wild shape thing, I've never been a big fan of that. You can get lost in it depending on how much you try to immerse yourself. So just be careful on that. Some of our kind have been known not to come back.
Oh, that's good to know. Maybe that's why I, have been a little averse to it. Cool. Yeah, I'll go commune with nature more. That sounds important. I should
Yeah,
do
but
that.
it's different. Something just feels different about you. But whatever it is, I'm proud of you. Go talk to Barry. I'm sure he misses you a ton.
Proud of you too, Ma. Okay. I'm gonna go find Barry. What's different about me? I wonder.
Are you asking out loud, or is Stroop asking?
Well, Stroop is talking to herself out loud.
Okay, just making sure.
Hannah actually has no idea.
Hannah doesn't know?
Yeah.
The fact that Stroop is the motherfucking guardian.
Yeah.
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 We talked about that.
You went from mailroom to running the company in a few weeks. So there's that.
But she denies it. It's never Guardian. Everybody says, "Are you the Guardian?" Yeah, I'm Stroop Waffle from the Waffle Hut. Long live the Waffle
But
Hut.
she says yeah. She acknowledges.
Yeah, she does acknowledge it.
She acknowledges
but
and deflects.
Just kind of moves along. Like, Hey, by the way, bitches, I'm from the Waffle Hut. I want a franchise. You should come to our restaurant.
There's something new. There's something different about you. Something emanating. I mean, I gained a level a couple episodes back. That might be it. Like, what do you?
I mean, I can wild shape now, Ma.
I was a crow once. Is that what you're talking about? you, you head off to find Barry. Everybody else is talking. Nothing happens for the rest of the day, but you'll find Barry sitting up front trying to organize stuff. And where it normally is in the room is the jacket room, where they have the jackets and the ties. And now there's a chest that's really old on the ground, and it has a symbol of an eyeball on top of it, and on the side you can see the one on the side because it's open. And right now Barry is like trying to organize two swords. And knowing Barry is OCD, it's because they're probably the same length, but one looks longer when he puts it in there, and he's trying to put it in the right spot.
Hey, Bear. What are you doing?
Trying to figure out why this isn't working.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can help you out there. And I try to figure it out, but just moving stuff around, trying to make conversation with my younger brother.
I mean, this
Hey.
is really nothing. Dad just wanted more weapons up front in case we needed them for, I don't know, he's paranoid.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? How'd you do with the whole mosquito attack? Did you get the bug spray out?
I made that joke. Nobody laughed. Yeah, I did fine. It turns out I could wield a sword pretty good. Plus, Chip's new pet is actually really cool, so it was fun.
Yeah, you can wield a sword. Can you show me? Can you show me like some cool do you know any cool tricks?
Tricks. No, we were being attacked, and I just picked up a sword, and it worked.
Okay,
So
well,
is that why Stroop had a propensity for going towards the scimitar near the beginning?
I thought a scimitar was a completely different weapon than it was, honestly. So, yeah, I looked that up like session 2. I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. Um, hey, my name's Hannah, and I know everything about Dungeons and Dragons, according to my friend
Everything.
Jason.
Everything about D&D.
Hey, what was the last time we dungeoned and/or dragoned?
It's been a while,
According to
guys.
Hannah.
It's been a while. Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. Well, I want you to practice some sword tricks to show me next time. If you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
I'll
Okay.
try. Dad was amazing. Maybe he could show me a thing or two. Mom didn't seem too happy about him.
Yeah, well, Mom.
But he was happy. He was so happy out there.
Yeah, we'd love to see him happy. And, you should do whatever makes you happy in life, Barry. Like,
Well, I'm trying, but they said that we didn't have to worry about the formalities today, which is going to take a big dividend on some of my earnings. But I'll bounce back. I'll find a way.
Well, hold on. I might, and I dig through my pockets for some coins, and I pull up my character sheet, which I definitely opened today. And I hand him, I hand him my 7 silver pieces. That's all the money I have.
He takes it and he stops for a second. And then he looks and he says, thank you.
You're welcome. You
I
deserve it.
I know you're out there traveling with important people, and like your friends found out they're super powerful and all this stuff. And I agree. That was Moo. He barked.
It's nice outside, so everybody's walking their dogs. Yeah, did you hear Chip's dog bark just now? That was crazy.
Yeah.
He's a yappy boy. Well, yeah, I'm trying to make things happen out here, but I'm glad that you're here to defend the hut. And I'm glad you're happy. Are you happy?
Yeah. Aside from losing some money, yeah, I'm pretty good.
Okay, good. I know that we're not, as close as, but I appreciate you, and I want to make sure you're doing okay, and that you're not going to turn into an evil supervillain or anything. So yeah, yeah. So I hope you're glad you're doing okay.
If I do, I promise to reserve my arch nemesis spot for you.
Thank you. That's all I want in life. Gosh, is that so hard to ask? Why can't I be anybody's notch nemesis? Notch nemesis. Notch nemesis. Um. Okay. Well, as long as you're doing okay, I gotta do some work. Hey, keep on keeping on, little kid. Just awkwardly pats him on the back.
You suck as a sister, but I love you too. You go back to the table, everybody's done. People are like talking, oh my god, I can't believe I've never come here before. And G-Mine and Posh are like, this is not bad. We should probably get one of these over in the Adashmira.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going back, but they should have.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you
optimistically,
definitely
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll think about it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Stroop gets the opportunity, probably gets the opportunity to, open a new one.
Stroop's mom comes out of the kitchen and is just like, hey, if you're all camping, let's move tables and chairs. I'd rather you all be inside tonight. We'll close up early. It's not a big deal.
I know we're going to do some kind of, like, watch outside, too, just to make sure, so if that's okay. I don't want to say no to your hospitality, but also, see what's going on outside and stuff.
I like, yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure, and she just looks towards the door, if we leave him out there, he's going to stay out there all night hoping something else happens.
Oh, I mean, he could, hey, and Tayson looks to Potion G-Mine, and if you two wanted a sparring partner, I mean, that might not be so bad.
No.
Okay.
It's fun beating up on you. That's
Got
about
it.
the extent of...
All right, fair. I am hurt, but understand. Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. Closing up. Cool. Everybody find a good spot to sleep and help move tables and chairs and stuff. Listen to this lady. It's her house, building, restaurant, franchise.
Her establishment.
Also that. She's in charge. While we're here.
Yeah, everybody starts helping stack some tables, some chairs, moves things out of the way. Just enough for people to lay down. It's not like they're clearing the building. After a while, Stroop's dad does come inside. He's like, that lady's a great lady. She's wonderful.
That's good.
She said her and her Dawn Knights or Dawn Warriors, or I was confused. I'm part of that.
Mm-hmm.
That they're going to do watches tonight. So we can get some sleep. We don't have to worry about it. So that'll be great.
Okay. Hey, Miranda.
Yes, Tayson.
Is it bad if... So Ava and her group are going to do the watches and stuff. Is it... If I don't do well not watching. I don't sleep well. So...
You can join in if you like.
But is that an
That's
insult
right.
if it's like, oh, we'll take care of it, and I'm
No.
like, no, I'll take care of it too. Like I don't want to step on anybody's toes or wings or whatever.
I'm sure if you just say not taking a watch gives me anxiety, they would probably have absolutely no issues, Tayson. It's
Okay. 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 Well, I'm gonna do that. If the two of you wanna hang out and relax while we can, that sounds great. In fact, Stroop, I'd almost insist that you should. Because yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep in my own bed tonight.
Yeah.
Like, deuces.
Like a lot. Okay. 2-2. Bye. And Tayson will go out to just see how the outside is looking.
Yeah, you go outside and you see Ava's out there talking to two of her Dawn warriors about how she wants them to patrol. It's a very large building, so only two people will be really difficult, but they should be able to pull it off. So far as she could tell from talking to Infor, which is Stroop's dad's name, that he said that they weren't even trying to be quiet. Like, they were noisy, so she doubts anybody's going to try to sneak up.
Mm-hmm.
But just in case, how to set the patrols, being able to watch each other as you come out. And then she just says, well, I'll be up for the first part of this, and then I think we got this. I think we can make this work. Hey, Tayson.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
This was good. And she holds up the empty bowl.
I didn't make it, so compliments to Stroop. I was going to offer my services / insist on not going to sleep because I'm bad at sleeping without doing some kind of rotation, but I also don't want to interrupt you during your work.
It would be helpful to just want to take a couple hours in between, at the end, at the beginning.
Whatever suits you. You're the one who's delegating to the rest of your group. So whatever spot I can fill, let me know.
I think that all the spots could be helpful. I don't know what. I got my dawn nights working. They will rotate, but there's not like, until something happens, we're working with the best we have. I should have brought more, but I didn't know that things were going to be bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually happy that you didn't bring more. That being the case, just because the things are going to be bad, I'd rather there be reinforcements at some point, or have them elsewhere, rather than just all in one spot, and everywhere else is shitty except for wherever they're at.
Hey, son, they're trained warriors. Doesn't matter where they are. I don't think they count as cavalry.
No, I don't mean it that way. I meant for for everybody else. If I mean, think about it. If all of the people that we brought here were here, but then the Waffle family wasn't, that would have been really bad, because there wouldn't have been anybody who could take care of it. So if you're spread out a little bit, but they can take care of themselves, then they can take care of other people, and that's good. I think. That's not checked. I don't know. I've had to get really introspective on people and responsibility lately, so I'm sorry. I think I'm overthinking it sometimes.
I think you're doing a fine job of it.
I think you're biased, but I appreciate it. I'll tell you what. I can come back out here later, and do a watch in between. When you stayed up too long, I'll come poke you so you can get some rest.
I appreciate that. I will trance at the door, actually.
Okay, great.
She stares at you for a second, and then she starts going into the rotation of walking around the building as you watch the three of them. Like, one disappear on the corners, another one's going down the line. They seem to try to keep up with it, and now they're watching. What do you want to do?
How tall is the Waffle Hut?
About 20 feet tall.
Okay. Tayson casts Levitate on himself.
Okay.
But, like, next to the wall. And he's basically going to do, like, this weird, like, 90 movies climb along the wall.
Where you don't need to, but
just so I've got something to hold on to. And I kind of just want to sit on top of the building to get a good look around.
Yeah. You get up there, you look around. Night is set. Let me double check something. Let me pull up the old calendar here.
Let's see. It's the day of violence. You're all dead.
No, I want to see where the sun is right now,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. That's it.
Sun and moon and such. And moons and such.
And moons, this is plural.
It's called moony or moon eye when it's plural.
Moonies or Sailor Moon?
Jupiter has much moony.
Has much moony.
Look,
I think there's
proof of Mooneyism right here.
There you go.
Moonyism.
Look at all the
Look
moon.
at that.
The moon eye. Gift of the moon eye.
It's pretty. It's pretty bright. Dayton is barely visible, but Ashtira, the big moon, is still pretty bright as it's coming off of a full moon. So you do see that in the distance. You can, as standing here, you see the forest, and you know you can catch the mountain range behind it a little bit with the moonlight that's there. You look around, and there's little forested areas, as there always has been, going to the south. The only noise and commotion you hear is just the guards going around as they're wearing all full plate armor. It's pretty peaceful up here, actually. Off to the north, you could see light in what should be dark, and you could just assume that's probably the city of Remedican Castle.
He'll just chill up here for a little bit, and if he gets tired or gets called down, he'll head back down. Okay. He's not sleeping in that. He's not sleeping in that building.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Chewing
I'm
on
reading
picks.
more. No, I'm flipping the pic. Thank you. Mirinda is reading more of Trent's journal.
Oh, I'll just give it to you. A lot of his is just a lot of introspection. I think the only parts that would stand out to you are, it seems that he was in a dilemma. He wasn't sure. He wasn't sure if you were pushing him to be better or you just didn't like him and didn't want him there.
Little of both. And now she feels bad about it.
But a lot
as
of
she's
go ahead.
Continue.
It's just a lot of him. He was very into and a lot of research of chaos in general. Like something must have happened. It's not in the writings that you can see. He just realized that everything was chaotic, and he wished more people would see that. And he actually came to find Zelrin after becoming one of the five in like some class that you guys have to take of study of lesser gods. And again, a lot of the question is like, why is Zelrin such a small god when technically he's involved with everything?
As she's reading this, before she did this, she kind of like separated herself outside, kind of away from everyone, like still like within the borders of what she can feel like magically of the barrier.
So it's a plant. It's a visual barrier. It's plants that are growing outside the building. Stroop's mom seems to be a very powerful druid.
Okay, so she has like separated herself as far as she can from like people, but like obviously not outside the barrier.
I think you're being near where the wagons are parked, and every now and then you just watch as 3 of the guards are doing a rotation. They don't seem to mind you. They know that you're there because they watched you, but then they're trying to see the whole building and be able to do it with 3 people.
Yeah, like once they've kind of passed, she breaks down crying.
Okay.
Because she feels bad that like she, in some regards, misjudged this little altar boy. And anytime that like the guards are getting close, she like tries to like
They're covered.
hide it.
There's one covered wagon. That's where the people travel. The other two get packed up with stuff. Easily, you could be inside of that. We'll give you your privacy.
She's hiding in the covered wagon. Then she's like trying to get as much privacy as possible right now, and just like feel her own feels. And she sends a prayer up to the five and specifically to Zalrin for Trent. And when she does this, she summons one of her soul knives, one of the smaller ones. And she basically gives an offering of her blood to try and make sure that he got peace.
Do me a favor, roll a stealth roll, just to hide yourself while you're doing this.
Okay, let's see how fucking stealthy I am today. Da, 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 da. Do the pretty green ones I found while cleaning.
Oh, well.
A 13?
You make your offering, and you're startled as you hear Ava, who had pulled back the curtain a little bit, as she just says, "My grandfather used to do that."
Please announce yourself. She's like visibly startled.
She says, "I'm sorry, I made some noise, but you must have been deep in something. I didn't want to interrupt. I just want to make sure you were okay in here."
Yes and no, but I appreciate you checking on me. And then, like, there's like a sudden shift. She goes, "So Tayson and you."
He doesn't seem that interested.
Tayson is a very awkward person. He does not seem interested in anything. You have to make the moves.
There's something about him, but I feel like he's also somebody you don't want to push. So, I won't push.
You have to push him, but not too far. Little baby steps.
Yeah, this conversation just goes off a little bit. You're good. Sure, you went to your room to hide. Like, this is my room. This is where I live. This is my bed.
Steve Holt. Yeah, I'm gonna open up my room window and breathe in the air.
Open up her dresser, take out her 7,000 gold she's been saving, her +2 chainmail, all the other stuff that she was just waiting for the right time.
You open up your window, and you do feel the breeze through what you see as interlocking plant stems and branches that seem to be interlocking outside your window. But it doesn't. You don't know how, but there is air coming through that.
Perfect. I want to cast Speak with Plants on the plant growth, and ask them how they're doing.
I think things are fine. A little bit of problems earlier on the rise of the sun, but nothing right now.
Okay, you guys holding up okay? And do you need anything?
I haven't felt this strong in my entire growth. It's amazing.
Good. Good. It's nice. That's a nice thing that's happening. Ugh. Well, I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay and kinda, I don't know, check in, see how you're doing. Do you guys have any way of like communicating with the rest of the plants? Like any like, you know what I mean when like gossip between plants that maybe travels from afar?
Nothing outside of my vine.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't know where the big boom voice came from.
No. There was a
Oh,
boom voice?
yeah, it might have been before your time, and that's okay. Um, big boom voice. Um, well, thank you for protecting the Waffle Hut and our home.
If you need anything, Guardian, just ask.
I think I'm good for now. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't need anything, and yeah, wanted to check in on you. I'm gonna rest and relax because I think I need that now. But thank you again.
You finish off your night. Flipping through your book, a couple more names are popping up. And you're about to flip away, and you flip back, and you look. And there's a shaded name. You know how it gets light gray when somebody's first selected. Chip Waffle.
I throw the book across the room.
You hear a voice. Well, that wasn't nice. Of course your family is going to be selected. They're very powerful. Surprised your mother's not in Gaia's graces. As a spirit of cloud stands there.
Cloud, I can't imagine Chip going through the stuff that I went through. Like I can't. I understand why. I mean, he's a great kiddo, but like it's not it's not fair. It's not fair that we keep having to go through this. Like we can't just have our Waffle Hut franchises and continue on our normal lives. We got to do this and save the world and, protect everybody all the time. And it's not fair to put that on a 13-year-old.
Who told you you couldn't have a Waffle Hut franchise?
I mean, you know what I mean. It wouldn't be the same. I would have to do two things at once, and I could handle it, probably, but I don't. Not saying he couldn't, but it's not fair that he has to make these sacrifices.
The world is not always going to be the abyss in the real world. Yes, the last couple thousand years have been pretty awful for Guardians. Maybe that ends with you. Maybe you bring back the peace. You've already healed part of the Dark Forest.
Shouldn't. I just. I don't have words to explain the things that I'm feeling inside the turmoil. Um, I need to sit with this for a bit.
A book's been placed in his room. He might not even accept it. You tried not to, but you kept reading. Weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That's what happens when it calls to you. What if it calls to him like it did to me, Then he has to choose and he has to go through everything. It's not fair for him.
Do you trust him to make good choices?
I mean, yeah, sometimes his pricing isn't quite as fair as it should be, but, he tries, and he's a good kid.
Then you should trust him to make a decision.
I mean, you're right, but I'm just not. I'm, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't prepared for anything like this. I thought maybe it would just be me.
It might still just be you. I mean, you'll be the only guardian.
I'm not okay with this. I don't know if I'll ever be okay with this. I mean, he's my brother. And the idea of him ever being in danger by himself, that's just, that scares the living crap out of me, you know?
Find time to tell him that. For now, just know your brother literally is playing with fire today.
Yeah. I know he can handle his own. I know it, deep in my heart, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Just don't throw me. That hurts. Part of me lives in that book.
I was not 100% aware of that. I will be more soft with my tosses in the future.
To be fair, I just found out because that hurt.
Yeah, nobody's ever thrown their book. Well, I mean, I guess. Are you only mine? That came out weird. Uh, with Prue, were you her helper?
I wasn't the guardian spirit guide thing, whatever Gaia has going on. It's very hard to translate the feelings and idea of the earth to another person, but there is always one of us. I have these memories like they're mine going through, but they're not mine. It's a interesting position to be in.
Okay, so neither of us would have known. Yeah, I won't throw you anymore. Anything crazy, I promise. Now that we know, Uh,
Well, I mean, I'd like to sign a consent form before, and we have to
uh,
talk about words and
yeah, for now, let's just keep it non hurting.
professional. I like it.
Professional. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I appreciate you coming and comforting me at this time. I need some time to sit with it.
You could just ignore it and pretend like it doesn't happen. That always works every time. Every time somebody says it's not true, it just isn't because they don't pay attention to it.
I disagree, but it's okay that you're wrong. Um, but you keep thinking that, I guess.
You all go to sleep. Nothing seems to happen tonight as you just fall asleep on the roof, Tayson. But why don't you just go ahead and roll me one of them there wisdom saves while you're sleeping on the roof? The nice comfy plant.
Oh no,
box.
I don't sleep on the roof. I'm getting sleepy. I jump off the building and I walk 30 feet away.
You jump 20 feet down to walk 30 feet away?
It's fine. It'll hurt. Like, I'll use another levitate to go back down. The point is that it doesn't matter. I can't sleep on top of that roof. If I summon lightning, I might burn the place down. Like, no, I'm good.
Accidentally cast fireball in his sleep.
No,
Entire place burst into flames.
Something bad. That's a 13.
Roll me a D100, could you?
Okay.
Look, at one point you did accidentally cast chain lightning in your sleep.
That's a 92.
Did you have Globy out? I don't remember you.
I mean,
is that just a commonplace thing for you? I'm asking because I know you've been.
I think it's almost like. I think it's almost like my stuffed animal at a certain point. Like
It's Tayson's Whoopi.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Emotional support ball.
It comes fast. As you go to sleep, you can feel the nightmare, and it's like 30 of them at once. You can't put them together. As you jump up and you watch this red essence just finish going into the ball, you hear a voice. Wasn't fast enough that time. Sorry.
I mean, it's okay. It's not your job. I appreciate it, though.
We have to be safe together if we're going to make it to the master.
Sure. Hey, you keep calling him the master. Like, he's not in charge of you, is he?
No,
Then why
not anymore.
Then why do you call him that?
I have been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know this better than anybody, or at least anybody that I've ever had the joy of having a conversation with. Words mean a lot, so if you call him the master, even if he isn't, you're still giving him a lot of power that he shouldn't have anymore.
He is still the god of tyranny.
And you are who?
An ex-servant.
So he's the ex-master.
You make an interesting point.
Just saying, if I mean, you can call him whatever you want. You kind of get the same tone of voice whenever you're referring to him anyway, so you can call him whatever you want, and I'm probably going to know who you're referring to. But I don't know, if somebody was terrible to me, I don't think I'd call it. I don't know if I'd still want to do that.
Funny. You say something like that.
Uh-huh.
You still call him the teacher.
Well, what did he do wrong?
It amazes me that you don't know.
Okay.
How many people would even let him walk around if they found out he had a, shall we say, dog fighting ring with children?
I don't think it was that. I mean, he was teaching us, he was training us and stuff.
You and 8 others were put into a room and told only one of you would walk out.
Huh.
That was just the last that he did.
Okay. Okay. Fair point. I've never thought of it like that. Whew. Okay. Hey, do me a favor. If I ever throw stones from my glass house with you again, please bring it up like you just did.
You have my word.
Okay. I'm gonna process this, and I'll make a change. But my advice still remains valid. But thank you for pointing that out, because now I should probably look into that. Until later, good day, I guess.
Good day, sir.
And a good day to you. You all wake up in the morning, a little tired, tossing and turning, worried about what was going to come through the night, but it doesn't seem anything did. Or if it did, those on guard didn't let you know. As you all start waking up, you go downstairs and the people are up, and of course, Stroop's mom's there. No, you need to eat a little bit more. No, this one's fine. Let's just get you going. And as she sees you come down the stairs, she says, "Oh, we're gonna close down and head to the castle. Um, I've been talking to a few of the Dawn Knights, and apparently these are demons, and we might be in danger here. And I don't want the family to be in danger. I just want you to know we're gonna head to Remedican Castle."
You're leaving the Waffle Hut?
We'll return when things are safer, but Hardel was destroyed, I'm hearing. You guys are going down to rebuild it. Um, I heard rumors a month or two ago about another place that was destroyed on the border of the Dark Forest, and I just think whatever it is might be coming north, and it'd be better to be inside a walled city with guards. I can handle my own. Your dad is very good, but two people can be destroyed by a you know what I mean.
I agree.
I understand. Yeah. Um, just make sure you guys stay safe on the road up there, and I worry. So,
I was thinking about putting Chip and Barry into like a hamster ball plant thing.
yes. Yes, please do that.
I actually agree with that. Yes, that. Do you
Wait,
still have a selfie stone?
hold on. Wait, what if Moe is in the ball?
Can we get a picture of that?
That's
Hey,
no.
no? Okay.
Okay.
I
That's
just
not me
honestly-
saying no. I'm concerned with the idea of putting a flaming dog into an enclosed plant area.
From what we've seen, it doesn't burn anything. You can touch it.
Okay.
What about like, if the flaming dog was on the outside though, and it was like, have you ever seen sled dogs?
No, but what if it could run on top?
Oh, that would be a good idea too.
This seems like a whole lot of things that would require the cooperation of many people that aren't currently being talked to.
You need to learn a little humor, young man. She gives you a tap on the cheek.
Yes, ma'am.
I love the idea because like how tall is Stroop's mom?
I'm sitting down. It's fine.
she's a
Okay.
small lady.
Because I was gonna say Stroop's like small for a halfling. If her
Stroop's short.
mom-
Yeah.
If her mom's like anything like Stroop, like you've
She's
got
taller
this.
than him.
Okay, I was
And
gonna say
even-
you've got this really short lady.
Even
going,
so, I'm pretty sure that she's got the matriarch thing of like, I put my hand up, and you instinctively know, no, you come down here, my hand is out, you meet it, this is how this works. So even if I was standing up, it's yeah, of course, yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You go outside and you see that the carts have been put out into the road. Things are set up as the people come out. It looks like the knights did it. As you all get set up to head south, you have 2 days travel to Nodell, Lodell. The Twin Cities there. But you're going to have to do a night in the middle of nowhere. And as you get ready to go, now's a good time to take a break.
Hey everyone, we're going to be back in just a bit. Don't pay attention to me as I'm writing down various numbers and stuff for making my life easier later, but more difficult in the immediate. Go get some water, use the bathroom, get some snacks. Snacks are the best. Why don't you have any snacks? And if you have some snacks, get some more snacks or whatever. Point is, we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, hopefully. But either way, We'll see you soon. Bye. Hi. Hi, we're back. Y'all got a wardrobe change because I was hot, so I jumped in the pool and I ran back, and now I'm hot, but I'm also wet, and anyway, tell me about the adventure.
No, I want to talk about you being wet.
Nah, it's not as exciting as you think. Not gonna lie.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
I am an overweight, sweaty man.
After hearing a voice at a camping spot, I am free. Our friends and their group and another group that's almost friends went with them and traveled to the Waffle Hut. And some people from the Adashmira had their first taste of the Waffle Hut and talked about how the Waffle Hut needs to go to the Adashmira. Stroop's mom talked to her and told her that they were closing up the Waffle Hut and heading to the capital since things seem to be getting bad. And you guys have your cart set and you are getting ready to head out.
Is there anything we can give your family to like get them back to the castle safer? Maybe, possibly. I'm sure they can handle themselves, but you know.
It seems like my dad kind of has it handled, and if he doesn't, my mom sure does. So I'm not too concerned about them. I did see Chip's dog eating a bunch of grass though, so he might need to vomit. But
What
other
does that
than
look
that,
like?
they're
Like, I don't want to know, but I kind of want to know. I don't want to see it. I can't.
vomit. I thought you meant what does he look like eating grass? I'm
Oh
like,
no, I understand. I've seen dogs do that. They just haven't been on fire,
good question.
right?
I want to see it.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna be that far. So if you wanna do your goodbyes and stuff, I mean, if anything, it'll be easier to find them on the way back. We know where we're going. They are more protected there. That's pretty good.
So, Miranda goes up to Stroop's mom to get a hug and like tell them goodbye and to be safe. And as she does, she's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on them at second level. Oh wait,
Yeah.
never mind. Pass Without a Trace at second level is on.
Has to be around you, yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I cannot do that.
But she'll take the hug, and she hugs like Mama Weasley does to Harry Potter.
It's a sneak
Okay.
hug. It's fine.
So what I'm gonna do then is I actually get a cleric thing that I've never been able to use because we all have like Pass Without a Trace and shit. So Trickster Clerics. Where is it? I know I fucking have this.
You talking about the blessing of the trickster?
Yes! I am going to use the blessing of the trickster on the person that seems least stealthy.
Dad's wearing plate armor.
I am using blessing of the trickster on Daddy
Mowu.
Waffle.
Using it on Mowu. Got it. Perfect.
The only one that matters.
We saved Mowu. Hannah, I'm apologizing to Hannah. I'm sorry. Mowu is the one that I'm protecting of your family if I can help it.
I don't blame you, honestly. Hannah doesn't blame you, and Stroop doesn't blame you, because we are the same person.
I just took the Nerdworks, the Nerdworks media mascot and put him in the game.
He exists!
Nice. But yes, I'm using Blessing of the Trickster for the first time in the fucking game. For the first time ever, actually, because this is my first time playing a Trickster Cleric.
And as you do this and you're helping and you're getting ready, you look over the Waffle Hut building and like, that'll help, but they're in good hands.
Like a good neighbor, stay over there.
You say your goodbyes, you split up and you go different ways. I've never seen anybody chug Pepto-Bismol before. That's a first for me.
I got an upset tummy, okay?
I'm not mad. I just never seen anybody, go like it's a Sprite challenge or something. That was pretty good.
Hannah
All
goes
right.
fucking hard.
Yeah. And we're all assuming it's Pepto-Bismol at this point, but I get it. And you head off. It's bright, but man, it really looks weird. It's like it's got a tinge of red in the air as you guys head off.
So now would be the time that I confirm to you guys that was Deimos that just came out.
Theater whispers. Come on. We don't need everybody
Yeah,
around the
traveling.
caravan to hear.
I assume
The
you
caravan
three
all
are
knows.
in the back, and no, they don't.
No, they do not.
People traveling with you are commoners and mason workers, and I'm assuming you're doing this in the back. I'm not even sure if Ava at this, or you're not even sure if Ava at this point has told her daughter.
Okay, how about we do this? Whenever we're bringing up, this is out of character. Whenever we're bringing up Deimos, we're going to call it a DC because it's a Deimos check. And that's just us figuring out how many people that we're currently traveling with know what we know about Deimos coming back. As far as I know, there's the three of us. There's Posh and G-Mine. Ava has an idea, but not like a full...
You told her.
Oh, we full-fledged told her.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
great.
we
Specifically
that's
you.
why I thought she had.
Yeah.
That's why I said what I said. Thought...
And when she brought back, because I didn't remember if we told her or not, and she's like, "Is this the thing that you were telling me was probably coming?" I was like, "Did I tell her there was a bad thing coming, or did I tell her the thing that was bad that was coming?" And I just kind of, we're just going to leave it abstract for now. So that said, that's the list of this caravan so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I was thinking like the Dawn Knights knew.
Mm-mm. Well, not that you know of. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying you don't know if they do.
But yes, that was definitely Deimos that broke through when we heard that.
Honestly, I hope so. I'd feel really bad if it was another bad, thing. The enemy that I know is better than the enemy that I don't know, while the enemy that I know is on its way.
So the other night before we left, because she hasn't told them about this in game, she has not told Stroop or Tayson yet. I was in the Chamber of the Gods.
Oh, okay. Is that like a...
Think of Stroop's board meetings, but on steroids.
Got you. So like the sleepy things.
Yes.
Okay.
While I was there, I cast Augury.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a response of, well, bad shit.
Sure.
She's like visibly disturbed and kind of like shaking, remembering it right now. When I cast the bones, they rearranged themselves into Deimos' symbol and cracked with glowing red.
Okay.
And then I had a meeting with the gods.
Okay.
They are not going to interfere.
I mean, seems fair, I guess.
Well, it is their sibling that we are going after.
Yeah, but they're not going to help either. I mean, in the bad way. They're not going to hinder us or help us. Great. That means they're not going to hinder or help, Deimos. That seems about all we could ask for at this point.
Yes, but it's not always the case that they're not going to assist their godly family.
That seems like interfering, but okay.
Think of the gods like Fae, Tayson.
That doesn't help me.
They're not technically interfering when they do something.
They're interfering with the result by tampering it.
It's all about the word.
Sorry, y'all started making me pay way too much attention to the way that words work and vocabulary and grammar and structure and syntax and all that stuff. So, it's
And
fine.
that's what I mean here.
Yeah. Okay.
Technically, if they choose a champion, they aren't interfering. It's their champion that's interfering.
So
They just happen to have godly power.
right.
Or
Okay.
so it's not them who's interfering.
Hey, real rude question. You were dreaming and you were at like the throne of the gods and you cast something or what? It basically gave you, a vibes check on a situation, right? Like you basically cast a spell to give you good vibes, bad vibes, or meh.
Mixed vibes?
Yeah.
Yes. And it was very, very bad vibes.
What
The
were you-
the vibes were off.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting such, but not so violently.
Okay. Wait, Okay. We can all understand that the forest was really bad, right? Like it was
Yes,
it
but
was
the forest
really
has been
terrible.
really bad for several centuries.
Right. And that is one blighted spot on this world. Deimos is that everywhere but bigger and badder and worse. Like we understand that, right? Like this is
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
I just want to
understand
make
that.
sure cuz I feel like sometimes we like to like, oh, there's a hornet's nest. I wonder how bad the hornet's nest is. And then we poke it to find out and it turns out the answer is really really bad. And it's like, oh, we probably should have known that. And I'm guilty of it too. Remember, hey, cave, Bowen's outside. That seems really bad. Let's go see what's up. And we did, and it was bad. And we probably should have died, but we didn't, etc. So I was just making sure. That's all. I wanted to check in.
Yes, Tayson, we do understand that.
Okay.
And ultimately, you cannot get bigger and badder than the god of hate and tyranny himself coming into this world.
I mean, I'm sure you could, because like you just said, what if their siblings interfered in a bad way? That would be worse, right?
You're not wrong, Tayson.
So I'm not gonna lie. This has been a very very depressing conversation, but it's one where you did make me feel a little bit better at the end of it, because as far as I know, we should only have to fight, face, deal with, survive one. Not all. That seems pretty great. Also, good job talking with the gods, because
That was stressful.
I bet.
I will give you that.
Yeah. Great job.
See, you guys are having this conversation, and you never looked at those pieces that you carry since you had that.
Pieces? Oh, my
Yeah.
bones?
Your gems, yeah.
Gonna do that now. And
And
see
as
if
you-
it manifested in her, like, the physical versus the, like, astral version.
As you pull them out, each of them has a red crack in them.
Well, fuck.
Are those expensive?
Oh. Yes and no. and
Okay.
more sentimental.
Okay.
These were ones my mother gave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I obviously cannot get that back. Also, they're slightly different because they're from Eberron.
Okay. I mean, everybody stand back. I'm gonna be optimistic. If we beat Deimos and they still look like that, it'll be a cool souvenir about the time that you saved this world. So then it'll just be like a sentimental keepsake for two different things. That's pretty cool. It would be like if you had like a picture, but inside that picture was another picture, so you had two cool things to look at instead of one. So,
We'll go with that.
yeah, so just beat Deimos and everything's fine. I don't understand the problem.
Doc, I'm gonna message in the private chat real quick.
Okay. Yeah, what's the problem?
Just win.
Just win.
Get good. All right, so we mosey as typing and things happen because secrets.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Also, Nerdworks can read that because he is a moderator,
But I won't.
I'm going on the honor system. I'm well aware of this fact, but I'm relatively certain Mike is not going to do this because that would be considered metagaming, and Mike is better than that.
Don't dox him. As he yells at me all the time for it. Yeah, you guys are traveling down the road and you guys had this happy conversation, which helps the day out a little bit more. It's starting to look a little brighter after that. Four hours, 5 hours into the walk. Everybody roll a perception check.
I spy something green. Fitting.
1-5.
Correct.
Got a 22.
Shit.
17.
Just gabbing, talking. A noise catches your attention. Everybody looks to the right. Stroop, you caught it before it breaks. And you watch this blue-faced, big fang coming underneath monkey creature just stomp twice out of and look like he's going right for the middle cart. As he runs into and is hit at a dead stop, Dench, who has a long sword out. It seems to be caught right there. And
bad things are happening.
Let me bring up a map for you.
Danger.
No, the peoples.
You guys were in the back talking, so I will let you choose where you're going to put
So we
yourself.
have to have roll 20 up today.
Get that fight up. Is the back north or south?
Back's back here. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah. Back here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's use this for Dutch. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, remind me how to put myself on the board?
Grab your name in the journal and drag it onto the board. One,
Look at you go.
Shoo.
Look at everybody hanging out.
3.
3.
3. 3 licks to get to that. Okay. Somebody who looks a little different. Let's use.
Sorry, I know you already answered this. Is the top or the bottom the behind?
We are down. We're south.
Okay, we're south. Cool.
All the boops.
You guys were done talking, so you're catching back up. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And again, this one has wings. It doesn't have wings. I just did it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Give me initiative a por favore.
That's stupid.
So dumb.
I want those for other things. I don't want to go first.
I got 21.
Hey, me too.
You're paying Taste on 21.
I bet you rolled higher, though. Or you rolled lower.
You guys can go at the same time.
Way lower. I rolled a 5. I rolled a 2 on the dice and have a +3.
There you go. Dun 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 dun.
Okay. Like I said, the one demon-looking creature smashes through, was going straight for the middle cart. Dench stops him. Stroop and Tayson will be first to act.
How you feeling, Stroop?
Not good. You go first.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Dench stopped this giant thing pretty effectively, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, Dench, don't freak out. This is normal. Yeah. And I'm gonna cast haste on Dench.
Okay. Is that a touch spell, by the way?
I thought it was 30 feet, but I was afraid to pull it up because then it just hides the map.
I will look. I will look. Haster will work too, I guess.
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
Ha frickin' za. Way to know your spells. See, unlike Hannah, I don't know everything about
Do you have that shaving of licorice root? I'm just kidding.
You know what? I do. I'm gonna do that, and then for my bonus action, I'm gonna turn some sorcery points back into that spell, and I'm done.
Okay. Stroop.
I'm gonna scream internally.
Go. Oh, internally. Never mind. Don't give me that audio then. That's fine. Everybody, insert your own scream here.
Insert internal scream here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know what I want to wild shape into? Yes, I do. I'm gonna turn into a goat. Hannah, why would you turn into a goat? It's so I can use the ram attack, and run into this thingy.
This isn't a bad idea.
Fine, guys.
Okay. The Stroop goat. You can move, and you still have a bonus action if you have one as a goat.
Okay. So I am going to charge and use a ram attack.
You need your action to do that.
Shit. Language. No, I'm not going to do anything.
All right, Steve Rogers.
Gosh darn it. No, I'm not gonna, because I need to have my thing for that. So no, I'm not gonna do anything. Just turn into a goat.
Okay. Do you want to move? You still have a movement. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
And I
to.
think the goat goes faster or a different distance than Stroop does.
Well, if I want to use charge, I need to be within 20 feet. So I want to move within 20 feet of this guy. So I'm all skedaddle. Uh, Speed 40. Wow. Okay.
I'm just gonna put you on a square. There we go. Now I
Yeah,
feel better about it.
Yeah, I can't see the squares because I'm
Oh, it's good. It's good.
okay. But I want to be within 20 feet of it, so I want to like move like here.
So you're 10 feet from it right now. Come back in this area right around here. There you
Perfect. All right,
go.
I've moved,
Okay.
and that's my turn as a goat. Bah.
Okay. This thing ran into Dench, so let's try to smack old Dench here.
You know, this tracks. Stroop is a goat, the greatest of all time.
Guardian of all time.
+2.
I mean, Stroop's her waffle name, her rapper name is Stroop Dogg.
Her waffle name. All right.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm owning it. It's her waffle name.
This thing goes to slam down. Dench catches it with the long sword again.
Yeah.
It comes with the other hand and catches Dench.
No.
Yeah. Porque.
Roll lower.
Sorry.
Liar.
A little bit. I'm punching myself if you think about it.
Yeah.
It hits Dench, and Dench, from where you guys are, you can see this. It hits him right in the face, and he does that cool guy maneuver where he gets hit, it turns a little bit, and he looks back as the thing goes for a third. And Dench catches it with his helmet on purpose, slams into it as it comes down. And roll higher, Miranda.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Kinda. 5, 10, 15.
Also, look, I usually go first. It's just tonight, not my night.
Move these two. And this guy just saw a goat run by that kind of looked like somebody he knew, so he's going to back up. Yeah, 2 of the Dawn Knights are going to move up to the other 2 carts on the other side and hold their actions. The one by Stroop is going to look out and just hold up its finger for a second and shake its head as it says a few words. It tries to cast a spell, but nothing works. The other one comes up behind. I have the movement I want to go here. And is going to flank. Oh, that's going to hit like a lot. I need one of these. And then I need these because it's going to burn one of those.
Kaboom, kaboom, boom, boom, kaboom, boom, boom, boom.
As it slices into this thing. That takes us to Miranda, finally.
Yeah. Okay, so let me take a look at this real quick. We get that big motherfucker over to the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's just him right now. That's
it.
all you see.
5, 10, 15. Okay. So I'm going to use my movement. Well, 15 feet of my move. Well,
You're going to move.
yeah,
Got
you
it.
do diagonals as 5 feet.
I do.
Here, right? Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to move and summon my soul knives. Which means I need to roll a fucking d6, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Get that shit.
That's a 5. Which means it is a Vorpal dagger today.
As the golden sheen of the dagger as you pull it.
Let's see, and I have an ally within range, which means I get sneak attack.
Technically, there's 2.
It's true. So I am going to go thwack.
Okay.
With my soul knives, and okay, so it is +3 bonus to attack and damage. So okay. All right.
It's a good weapon.
It's dumbed down a little bit. I mean, give me some credit. I'm not like, you get every effect.
It's currently a real good weapon.
A dirty 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
For the first one.
Give me some damages.
Okay, let me see. What is my sneak attack at right now? It is 2d6 right now. Plus, what is the... Okay. 3d6. Plus 6. So 14 for the first dagger. And I'm going to use my bonus action to attack again with my second psychic blade. And that's going to be 14 plus 6 is another dirty 20.
Okay. It still hits.
Yeah, I would hope so.
It's helping.
It's only the first one that counts as a Vorpal dagger, right?
Right. The other one's regular and no sneak attack.
Okay, then I fucked up. It was actually 17.
17 to hit. It still hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
So that is bonus attack. Oh, D4, not a.
Math is great. It feeds us chocolate cake.
That's 7 more damage.
Okie dokie. All right. Bonus action. Some movement. Did you want to move at all? Finish it up? Away from this thing?
Gonna move there.
Oh, you did move away from this thing. I'd get an attack of opportunity.
I know.
Ooh. 23?
I think that hits.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Look, this is not my drow rogue who
You
has
turn. You turn to move back just a little bit, and as you do, it hits you right in the back for 11 points of damage. It actually slams you up. You stop yourself on the cart.
Ow.
That'll be the your turn. I'm glad I said something because I don't always get my attacks of opportunity.
Is flicking it off a free action?
Sure.
Sure. I'm gonna flick it off.
Stroop and Tayson.
Tayson and Mike, if you're cool, Stroop can go first this time. No, can't hear anything you're saying. Not a single thing.
Can't hear you, buddy.
If you go right on ahead. If I've got something cool to add, I'll add. But otherwise, it's your show.
Cool. I want to charge it 20 feet in a straight line. Go boom, boom, ram.
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
All right. It's all you, buddy. I'm gonna cry. Does a 5 hit?
You come running in, and this thing, though it's massive, it's huge arms, huge upper torso. It does have smaller legs, and as you go in and you think you're going to hit and you stop, you notice it moved its leg back, and you just miss.
I love that for me. I'm going to just yell at my dogs for fighting. Hold on.
It's a free action.
And then I'm going to continue moving through the space that I'm just going to be 20 feet on the opposite side of it this time and kind of...
You can't do that in ram form because you're not a halfling.
You're right. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try to hit him, and when I don't hit him, just stop right there.
Tayson?
I like how Stroop went from a Bastion accent to a Southern accent real quick because she's a ram.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, if you're an animal, you got to get the Southern accent on.
Tayson will say Juniper and cast Juniper's gift on himself and get the pink, glowy, shiny.
Long at what level?
I mean, it's the same level. It's 3.
No, you get. Oh, do you have a 4th level spell?
No.
Okay.
I level 6. I ain't that strong yet.
Okay.
Someday.
Your DM's a jerk.
Nah, it's fine. He gave us some peace for a while. That's all. And then it looks pretty well occupied over on this side, where there's plenty of stuff going around. So Tayson is just going to take another point up here to the other side of the carts to try and look around for anything else, because it seems weird that there would just be one thing coming out of nowhere.
And you think the Dawn Knights and Ava had the same idea?
Yeah.
Dawn Knight, and even Ava is not attacking yet.
Okay.
As you come to step back this way, roll a perception.
Okay. 20 total.
Nothing that you can see on this side, or even your whole view. I will give you.
I mean, if nothing else, this is a whole lot of I'm concentrating on a spell. I'm gonna go away.
Okay. Ava is gonna hold her action, and the big beast is gonna go again. I could probably get away with this.
Did the person that I cast haste on do a lot of hasty stuff?
I can't. No, he was concentrating on holding the thing back. So, you gave him some armor class. That's all that matters.
He gets an extra action.
Let's see. He gets 3 attacks, so he's going to break this up. First one on Dench. God, that's going to hit. Woo-wee. Second one on the Dawn Knight. That's going to miss. And Stroop. I bet you got super high armor class as a ram. Is it 17?
For those of you listening to the podcast, Hannah shook her head from side to side, indicating no.
You didn't hear that? I can hear it.
Yeah, it's mostly a strange sound of disappointment coming from my body. No, my armor class is 10 as a little goat thing. So
okay. 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it comes down on the goat thing.
All right, I'm still in goat form. Somehow, some way. Had 8 hit points, so here we are.
Yeah.
Hurry, eat some grass, get some HP back.
Woo. The one behind this creature swings again, and it hits, but it's not doing anything. The guy on the side, who doesn't want to leave his post but help, tries to cast another spell. The creature seems to shrug it off. You watch Dench let go one hand, holding with the other on the one longsword, and pulls out a golden hilt longsword, and he says the word caliente, and it bursts into flames.
Why does that somehow feel like both a cliche and, oh shit, what's the word I'm looking for? Just ridiculousness?
Listen, you don't speak Elvish. You're not allowed to judge.
It's not Elvish. It's common.
Hey, shush! Shush! Give me this joke!
You're not my real mom!
Look, I have the spicy sword!
Miranda, it is your turn. You just got smashed into this cart.
So in response to this, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you motherfucker," and she's gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. Let me roll that for you. That's a dex.
Yep, of 13.
And that definitely, yep, it'll hit.
Okay. So that's 2d8. Look, I didn't expect that to actually hit. I was looking at that 13 and I'm like, 12 damage.
Okay.
And this time around, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide.
Make me one of them there stealth rolls.
Alrighty. I can do them stealth rolls. That's let's see what I got. What is it with the dirty 20s tonight? It's a dirty 20.
Consistency is good.
You should take a bath. Okay.
That one made me laugh more than it should have.
Okay, where would I mean I'm gonna hide behind the cart right here.
You're like using cart parts. You don't have to move. That's not how.
Okay.
You can stay right there. I feel like that's good where you
There's
are.
some kind of cover around where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're not trying to hide in a field.
Yes, I'm hiding behind the cart.
That somebody just cut the grass. I've been in that one.
Believe you're a tree. If you believe hard enough, they will too.
Look, if you were a druid that could wild shape, and you roll high enough on persuasion or intimidation, you can technically make people think you are a random tree out in the middle of a fucking field.
You can't wild shape into a tree. That's
Anna
not a
did
beast.
earlier.
She's special. She's a guardian tree.
Turn yourself into a tree.
We've got an experiment.
There's this random tree that wasn't here before in the middle of a random ass field that has just been cut.
Random ass field. I'm gonna guess that Miranda has less than 150 hit points. Am I right?
Yes. We are only level 6.
Uh-huh. You hear a gargled noise as a 40-foot demon creature comes out.
Of course I do.
From behind here. I just picked something that looked ugly. Don't judge me. This thing actually looks like it's got uh, two arms. One really small one on the right, and one that looks like a claw on the left. Half the face looks semi-humanoid, as the other one has multiple eyes and an antennae. It reaches out its smaller hand, and it says something in one of the damned languages because it saw you. And you are stunned as you are in crippling fear and cannot move.
Can
You are more than
I see this happening?
ooh.
I said I was trying to keep a lookout. I don't know if I would on that side.
And your view is what I was giving. And
Yeah.
I think there's too much between you and
Okay, that's fine. Sorry. Good luck.
that. As it says this word, and it's just one of those that I will say it's power word stun if y'all want to put into your heads where you're at right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it's coming forward. That will finish its movement. It's literally not close enough. I'm mad because I did count it out to that. I could have changed it, but I'm not that guy. But it is Stroop and Tayson.
This
Is that thing on the
bad.
correct side of the map, given that I'm... Oh, wait, no. Okay, yeah, because I didn't move.
Mhm.
Fuck.
It's all good.
Never mind.
It big.
So I would like to disengage and then ram
Yep.
again.
So you disengage for you is a full action.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Gosh
So
darn it.
you want to move away, get a swing on you, and then try and ram back into it.
That's what you want. I'm not stopping you.
I don't want that.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I can still ram it even though I'm right there. But I have to move at least 20 feet to charge. Okay.
Yeah,
So I
and
can
I
ram
think
it.
it's a straight line, so you
Yeah.
can't.
But I'm right next to it, right?
Yeah, but you have to move 20 feet in a straight line to ram it.
You got to get a running start for giving the horns.
Oh no, that's for charge. Like if I wanted to charge out.
Oh, charge. Yeah,
ram.
you just want to ram. Yeah.
Ram,
so-
headbutt. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, does a dirty 20 hit?
Oh, yeah.
I hit something today, guys. Are we proud of me? Because I am.
I am very proud of you.
I had
Why
two
do I get-
D4s.
Why do I get that goblin in the pot energy from Labyrinth when it hits the wall from the cannon? I hit something, yes?
It's my D4s. This is dangerous. Oh no.
You lost a caltrip?
I was like, I found him luckily on the floor, but
There you go.
dogs.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Okay, we're using the rubber ducky. Let's see.
All right, rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky, I love you. All right, 3 damage.
All right. You bam into its leg for 3 damage. Hey, son.
I'm going to cry.
Free action.
Yeah, thank you. I'll move over here a bit.
Okay.
And then I will twin cast a Chaos Bolt. One at this friend, one at this bigger friend.
Okay.
That's where I have to use a sorcerer point so I can do the spell trace. Okay. First one at the currently engaged enemy is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Then he gets out the thing for Chaos Bolt because it says a lot.
D&D's come so far, it feels like playing Pathfinder.
Right?
Everything's full circle. Sixth edition is rumored to be coming out next year.
We're going to do... It was a 4 and a 7.
Okay.
So we're going to do 11 and then another 4. So 15 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then the other one is a 23 to hit.
The big guy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it hits.
Yay!
In regard to the 6th edition thing, I don't think we're getting 6th edition next year. I think we're getting 5.5.
3, 7. That might be silly. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna try and do 15 points of psychic damage to this other thing.
The big thing.
Yeah, I get psychic or poison.
Okay.
Does it look like it hoit?
Not really.
Okay. Does it look like it didn't hoit at all?
It's hard to tell. It's
Oh.
big, ugly, and it's yelling in a different language that you don't understand.
Hey, quit it! Right. I'm satisfied, I suppose.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, I'll bonus action use a flexible casting and get a second cash in a second level spell to get more sorcery points. That's all.
Okay.
I done.
Ava is going to react as she goes full celestial and she buzz cuts everybody, goes over the other demon barely, and I think that's yes, and lands on the other side of the demon. She will swing back at this other one. That's gonna hit. And as she does, she cuts this one in half. It turns to black ichor as she stands face to face with this other one.
Okay, champ.
That'll be her whole. You guys don't think that she did all that.
Oh,
There was a lot of damage.
more than happy. Just wait to come in. Shwoof.
That thing isn't going because it's dead. So
It checks out.
yeah. God Knights. 5.
Look, in D&D, just because something's technically dead doesn't mean it's actually dead.
Is it Ichory? It's turning into Ichor.
He did say it is, but I'm just making a point.
You didn't have to know.
Like, just because something's dead doesn't mean it's actually dead.
Dench comes up on Ava's left as one of the other Dawn Knights come up on the right, and both are just going to go crazy with their swings because they're not trying to grapple a sword arm. Miss. Haste is one extra action, right?
Yep.
His class is weird, so I get a couple of rolls. All right. Dench goes crazy with both swords swinging. He seems to connect twice. These will be halved. All right. As two of them connect, it seems to you watch it cut into it, but this thing almost seems to shrug off these attacks. The other Dawn Knight goes to take his attacks, misses with the first one, hits with the second. He's gonna burn. As he slices into its side as well. That'll take us to Marinda. At the
Am
end,
I still power word stunned?
you are at the end of your turn. Let me double check my reading here.
I've never had power word stun, nor have I had it used against me, so I I'm stunned. I don't know how long it lasts or
It's
anything
bad.
of that nature. Yeah, I figured it is a power word.
At the end of your turn, you can make a Constitution saving roll.
Okay. I don't think I'm good at those, but we're about to find out how well I do.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
I get a +0.
So then roll real high. Easy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They didn't look very high.
That's a 10.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna do it.
You are still stuck in place.
Great.
Even with these things cutting, as it's its turn, it using that small hand, it moves an upward motion and pulls, and it pulls you 25 feet towards it.
Nom 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 nom.
And you're just sliding across towards this thing. And that will be its turn. Stroop and Tayson. Hey, look, the thing's dead. You can get a 20-foot running rammy thing.
I mean, that's all I got. That's all I got.
You have so much!
I don't. I'm a goat.
You're a druid!
You can drop wild shape if you want.
Listen, don't.
Doesn't sound like
I'm not here to yuck on your yums, okay? Whatever makes you happy, okay?
She answered. She's like, that doesn't sound like what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
The sad part is, I like panicked when I had to go first, and I'm like, okay, what's the first thing that I can see that can ram something? Like the lowest one. I could have picked like a warhorse that could ram. No, I picked a little goat. I got 1 hit point left. I'm doing it. I'm charging, ramming this thing right up on it.
You know, you might as well.
I'm here. I'm here.
I mean, wild shape's gonna drop if you get hit, so.
Exactly. Fuck it. Frick it. We got a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Dope. I'm gonna just whoop a chang right there. I get 2 d4s this time. I should narrate everybody.
You 100% should. This is so enjoyable for me. Whoop-a-chang, I get 2d4s. Let's go.
Let's go.
Steve Holt.
I should narrate it every time because I got double 4s +1. So,
Yes.
And he has to make a strength save, DC 10, or be knocked prone. I know that's not a lot, but I don't care. He took 9 damage from me. That's the most damage I've dealt today.
Is there a size limit on that ram?
It doesn't say so. It just says +3 to hit, 1d4 +1 bludgeoning.
Okay. And I need to make a what save?
Strength save, DC 10. Get some.
You run into it. It does not fall down. Funny.
Hey,
huh?
are you sure? Can I check that? I'm kidding.
Sure.
No, good.
Tayson.
Sure. They're probably fine. Tayson is... Yeah, Tayson's gonna throw another Chaos Bolt at it. Because I don't think Tayson would feel comfortable leaving the caravan. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits exactly.
Yay! Good throw. Cha. That's 2.
That we need music.
Season 4. I got you, baby.
Let's see if you make it to season 4.
I'm doing my best. So that is odd. That is 11. Cha. 15 points of thunder damage. Because fire is not great. I'm assuming. I'm just always assuming. It's bad. And then I'm good. I'm chilling here.
All right. Ava will step up. Take 2 swings with her greatsword. And the first one misses. But the second one hits.
Yeah.
As she slices into it, you see a radiant glow about her sword, like a spark of some kind. And it's still not even half. The Dawn Knights, let's do Dent. He's all the attacks. Oh, the first one's a crit.
That's good.
Misses.
See, what are you talking about? This is fine.
Fourth one misses. And fifth one misses. But he hit with 1 crit. That works. So that's... He's going to drop one of those, so... 26, 29, 34, 43, 46. As he gashes into it with the now burning blade that he has, this thing now looks down at him. It looks a little hurt, but not a lot. As this thing is going to maintain that. Oh no, it's not this thing's turn. It's all those things. So that would have been crazy. Shut up. Stroop, I am moving you out 1 just because that's where you would be. These guys know better. Miranda, end of your turn. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Joy.
He gonna bring you in and crack you open like a can of soda.
It's a nat 20!
Yeah!
And because it's a +0, it's just a 20 before you even ask.
You are no longer stunned, but you seem to be caught in a pull that he has.
Great.
But you are conscious now, so there will be a little bit more of a battle. He doesn't just get to do it for free now. So,
oh wait, no, that's technically the end of my turn. Never mind,
Yeah.
I can't do anything till next turn.
it is his turn though, so I need you to make this one's a wisdom saving throw.
That one's a little bit better. I at least get a +2 on that. Doesn't matter, that's 7.
Okay.
It is not my night.
You're not stunned.
That's the only good news.
It's pretty good news.
Yeah, I know. That will bring you all the way to here as it reaches out with its pincher. This is going to take me a second because there's a lot.
Great. I hate it here.
There's a chance it would miss. 26 to hit.
26? Is that what you just said? If a 23 hit earlier, I think a 26 hits.
Just being fair.
I don't think this is fair. I feel unjustly targeted.
24 points of damage as the pincers start to crush
Why
you.
is it always me?
Why are you always running up to things? Rogue,
I
run
didn't
away!
run up to it. It pulled me over to it.
We've got so many friends, so much fodder.
I
literally got dragged to it. You said it was 24?
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And you are grappled if you're still conscious.
I am still conscious.
All I need.
I'm looking very, very injured, guys.
Stroop and Tayson.
Hold on, I'll cast my healing spells.
Stroop can headbutt you.
Stroop could headbutt. There you go. This is the way she'd want to go. 5. All right.
Is that your canon Tayson's Stroop voice?
No.
Okay.
That's my canon anytime I'm imitating anybody voice for the most part.
Oh wait, before you do anything else, I told I can't remember if it was, I think it was Alyssa, about your awesome Pikachu
Oh yeah.
impression.
Yeah.
So can we get that real quick?
No, I got to be in the costume for that.
Okay.
Otherwise it doesn't work. But yeah, I've got a stellar Pikachu impression.
It's dead on.
Okay. I'm gonna move closer. What are you gonna do, Stroop?
I don't know, Mike. What do you think Stroop's gonna do?
So right now it is essentially grappled as well, because it's grappling a creature.
So I can ram it with advantage?
No, but it can't take an attack of opportunity while grappling another creature.
So you can back up 20 feet and then run 20 feet at it if you so choose, is what he's trying to tell you.
I want to do that. But Tayson, you can do what you want to do first if you want.
Okay, cool. I'd like you to back up real quick.
All right.
That's why he was asking.
Stroop backs up.
Okay, Stroop backs up.
Go ahead. You can move yourself. I just moved you up. Move back 20 feet.
I would like to Hadouken a lightning bolt at this thing.
Okay.
I should be able to get a line that only hits it, correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It makes a dex save. And we see
Okay.
if this works.
Dex. 19.
That'll save. And I'm gonna roll some dice, so maybe Stroop should go while I figure that out real quick.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna ram it and charge it.
All right. Move up 20 feet and try to ram it.
All right, we got this. I believe in you. This is my first set of dice I ever got from my first DM I ever played with, who was just a player at my table the other night. So here we are. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yup.
Yeah, boy. Pew, pew, pew.
33 points of lightning.
It doesn't feel like all that lightning went through.
It's weird. Crazy.
30. Wait, 33?
6 points of damage.
Doesn't feel like all of the horns went through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all the horn damage went
There
through.
you go. There you go. You're the most effective. You just keep Pokemon mastering it up right now.
All right. So she does. Oh, don't die. I need you for my next book. All right. Ava. Going to. Hold on. Yeah. Ava jumps up and jabs the greatsword in of the pincer and starts to turn it. As she does, you can feel her ease away at this as you fall out into the ground. Not far. You are prone. But then you watch as she turns very bright. Her angelic being goes away, and she falls unconscious to the floor. One of the Death Knights grabs her and is going to drag her back, and he's going to take an attack of opportunity when this happens.
Dawn Knights, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Dawn Warrior, sorry.
Right. but not death. Just wanted to make sure. That would be the greatest betrayal.
Sorry. Yeah. That's gonna hit by a lot. He moves her out of the way, but this thing clamps on with its pincer and now has him grappled. That was his move. Dutch. And now you don't want to hit. Swings 4 times and misses. This Dawn Knight's going to come up. Of course, he's pissed because he's been out of it. And he's going to crit twice. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That guy's going to get a name soon.
As he slices up, you watch bursts of radiant damage as he pours part of his essence into both of these swings. And I will say, at this point, the demon looks a little hurt. As we got to half point. They went. Those two are going to stand their guard. It is Miranda's turn. You are on the ground. Prone.
I'm gonna try to run the opposite direction. I can.
All right. You are on its corner. It does get an attack. It took an attack. It's grappling. You're right. It's grappling somebody. You can run away, actually, for free. Stand up is half your movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. You can move me whatever direction you think works.
No, you move you.
You can move where you want to go.
I'm not going to stop you. You have half your movement. Move where you want to move.
I'm sorry. I currently have a cat trying to climb in my lap. Hello, child.
Again, animals. Don't know why you're not watching. If you're listening on podcast.
Okay, you said half my movement, so 1, 2, 3. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Okay. Do you want to use your action or bonus action for anything?
I'm going to yeet some soul daggers in this fucker's face.
Okay.
Okay, so first soul dagger is a 23.
That'll hit.
I'll go ahead and roll for the second one real quick. Second one is a dirty 20. So, child, you are not helping.
You dirty, dirty 20.
I mean, the other option I say is a naughty 20. Okay.
So the first one's a Vorpal.
Whackity whack. Make your attack. Whackity whack.
25
whackity,
damage.
Whack.
Okay.
To the face.
That's a healthy amount of damage.
Fuck this bitch. I am hurting. It has been dragging me. It stunned me. I am Les Salt. I am what's her name in the Bible who turned into a fucking pillar of salt right now. Fuck this demon.
Okay. Its turn. It throws the Dawn Knight or Dawn Warrior to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
flies over everybody. Nope. Just go this way.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody over there is going to get an attack of opportunity. As this thing attempts to pincer Miranda again.
Why me?
Stop talking to gods and shit.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be downed. Gonna talk about my traumatic childhood of
How
mommy
much?
didn't love me.
How much does 21 actually hit you by? Is it a lot?
By 6.
6? You watch this pincer come. You know what's going to happen. And you hear something that sounds like steel on steel right in front of you. And as you open your eyes, all you can see is a black leathery wing breathing in and out, and a long red blade coming across the pincer, holding it there. As a familiar face, but different. Cut, dead eye, long black horns. Hooves for feet, but only about 6.5 feet tall. Looking small to this demon. He says something in a very guttural language. But he stops the pincer attack right there.
I'm sorry. You can't say the words. He says something in a guttural language and not give me anything.
Sorry, do you guys speak either Abyssal or
Infernal would be the
I
other
don't
one.
speak waterfall, but I know what fucking sound it makes if I'm next to it.
I'll get you something in post.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Love you. Is he hot though?
But yes, standing there, both hands holding this thing, and now looking like he's cussing at this thing, is Addendum in his devil form. Strupatesa.
I wait for you. Go for goat.
Do you guys have any ideas on what I'm gonna do?
Ooh, this is too tough. I mean, you've been switching it up so much.
You know what? I think we'll stick with a good thing. You know, I think I've dealt the most damage to
Sure.
You have in fact dealt damage.
But see, I'm dealing so little damage that it doesn't see me as a threat, you know? So I can just keep going.
You might be the only one alive, but you might whittle him down.
The goat is the boiling water that you stick the frog in as it's still alive and it just boils to death.
1 point of damage saved you guys in a cave. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pivot. Ram it. Charge it.
I'm going to move. I'll tell you what. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move out of the way as this is happening.
And so Ramstroop backs up. Yep. And then Rams, bam! Give me that number.
19 hit?
It does.
Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom.
I don't know why. I want you to crit on one of these. I don't know why.
I know, right? I could roll so many d4s.
Woohoo! Caltrops galore!
6 damage! Yay!
Yeah!
That was wild.
The crowd goes wild.
Roll him in. There we go. Okay, Tayson.
Excellent. I'm going to booming blade this thing.
Okay.
Hacha. 18 to hit.
You have advantage.
Ooh, that's Natural 20 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
So I max the dice, right? And then I roll?
Yes.
Okay. So it's 24 points plus. No lie, I rolled an 8 on the 8-sided and a 12 on the 12-sided.
There it is. So 40.
So it's 44 damage on the axe swing. And he's humming. And while he's humming, I would like to try and match that frequency. Use a sorcery point to quicken a spell.
Okay.
And I would like to shocking grasp this friend.
Okay.
Do I also have advantage on this? Because
yeah, you're flanking.
Yeah. That's another one. That's another one. So that's a natural 20.
Okay.
But I didn't do nearly as good on the D8s this time. 16 plus 6, so 22 points of lightning damage, and it doesn't get reactions.
Okay.
I am satisfied. I did a big swing.
All right.
And then a bad touch.
10, 15. Ooh. Not flanking, though. Can I? 25. Nope. Dench comes up. Does any of that take away Dench's haste?
Nope.
Okay.
I am not concentrating on anything but that. I have regretted it this entire time.
Hit. He comes in swinging like a crazed man and hits him twice. Let me do this. That. Oh, close, yet so far. Closer than you were at the beginning.
Okay.
The Dawn Warriors do their thing. Miranda, what do you do?
I think I have healing spells at the moment. So I am probably going to play a game of touch myself and use cure wounds on myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And stay behind addendum.
You can run away right now if you want.
Yeah, I can't react.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
You're so fast. Zoom.
1, 2, 3. Wait, I was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Fuck this shit, I'm out. And that's my turn.
Okay. Addendum releases his blade. It gets against it. The dice have spoken. Addendum pulls his blade out, jumps forward, grabs this thing by the neck. He seems to hoist him about 40 feet into the air, and then as he comes down on top of him, right in front of you, Miranda, he slams this thing to the ground and drives his sword deep into its chest. Where you've seen other demons turn to ichor, this one just turns gray as it stops moving. Addendum pulls the shorter sword that he carries out, sheathes it, pulls the long sword from his back, takes this thing's head off with one swing, grabs the head as it shrinks and puts it into a bag, and in common says, "That's currency in the abyss." Sliding it back, he looks over and he says, "Please don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you." As people in the carts are now cowering at this thing that they see.
Mirinda, because he saved her ass, is going to literally, like, as fast as she can, given that she's hurt, run over to him and, like, jump and give him a hug.
Okay, you jump. He seems to... You go for the hug and you get there, but he gets his hand behind your head. And we're going to end as he transforms into his semi-normal look with the suit as he kisses you.
Aww.
Yes! I wasn't going to go there, but Doc went there, and I'm so happy for it.
Make a Constitution saving throw versus the poison he's injecting into you right now.
Slow. No, you got to do it slow poison. It's over time.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, that's my mistake. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hey, everybody. Thanks for playing D&D. I missed a D&D. I haven't played D&D in a while, but I played some D&D today, and I feel pretty good about my D&D.
Before next time, though,
yeah,
I need y'all to level up.
Okay.
Yes! When we level up this time around, because I know sometimes, depending on whether or not they get to rest or not, do we just get the health from the level up, or do we get...
No.
Get the full thing.
Okay.
Your health points and your spells burn still happened.
Yes.
Okay.
All good.
But level up, just adding the other things, including the extra hit points that you get from level up.
So go back to max health when I level?
No.
Okay,
No,
that's what I was asking.
Extra points, though, will be a plus.
All the stuff you gain, get that, and then keep yourself where you're at.
Cool.
I'm going to get some level
That's
4 spells. I'm going to finally get to do something, I think, that I've never been able to do in D&D, but it was one of the first things I thought of when I saw Sorcerer. I'm like, wait, you can do 2 spells at once. Ooh.
Specific. It's not just all spells.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna do something stupid.
Also for you, Mike, you can take a level of Warlock.
I know. I know. I have a thinking to do, but that's for later.
Thank you all for joining us here at Bros and Dragons. Mike, do your thing.
Everybody, thank you very much for joining us. This has been a really good time. I missed D&D. I missed all these wonderful faces. I missed all of you. Hello. Speaking of missing things, you don't want to miss us. So, Lissa, tell people where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me at twitch.tv/geekgirllissa, and on Tuesdays you can find me on twitch.tv/thedeadbard and then you can also now find me on Dinner and a Game Show's Twitch channel, and for the life of me, I am blanking on the actual URL for it right now. But I will be adding it to my Linktree, which is on my channel, as well as
in the
you
chat.
can find me on all the place with all the buttons, because I'm on, like, all social medias. So, like, Facebook, I don't use as much, but TikTok's my primary one, and then there's the Instagram and the Twitters and, the things. The excitement. Ooh.
I wish I had a button to, like, start to phase her out as she's talking, so it does that fade out while she's going.
But only when she gets through to the end.
No, because it would sound so cool with her just still talking and then it goes off into nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be on a Firefly game here soon.
Ooh.
Actually, our session 0 is on Friday.
Score.
Dope. I'm jelly.
Well, no, you're not, Jill. You're Hannah. And tell us more about the things that Hannah does.
Hannah does some stuff and makes some money. Not a lot, but...
Hold on. Context, please.
No.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
actor who does narrating audiobooks, and you can find out what those audiobooks are if you follow me on Instagram at Hannah the DM. I am 76 followers away from 1,000, so if you make that happen by my birthday in September, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, find me on TikTok at Hannah the DM as well. So,
Doc.
Hi. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I know. You can find me here every Tuesday normally. I'm going back to Doc Ruin's Childhoods now that I'm starting a new game. Thank the gods. If you think that you missed the podcast recording this last Saturday, you were wrong. We couldn't do it. So this next upcoming Saturday at 9 a.m., you will see me being interviewed by Mike about Spyro the Dragon, which I can't say things about. This hurts. Thursday nights, I do Fishing for Fish with Doc, or every now and then I switch it up. I was doing Skyrim on a whim with Punch Kitty, or you could see my Stardew Valley fishing farm, where I recently fished up a dinosaur egg, so I got to finish up all that stuff. And you can find me here, Bros and Dragons, on Monday. Oh, wait, you guys are here. And that's it. I do the Nerdworks. If you see Nerdworks liking you on Instagram, that's Doc liking you on Instagram. But I do the Nerdworks media for that, which I have to yell at the contributors because I'm still not getting pictures from any of the stuff that we're doing, so I can put it up on our Instagram.
I'll holler. It'll be okay.
Sure.
You can find me here. You haven't found me here lately because things have been crazy. I think I'm going to be back Friday. Like, back to regular stuff Friday. We'll see. We're trying. We're figuring things out. But I should be back. If I'm not, you'll still find me here Monday. And I'll be able to do all of the hollering and such in the Discord. So speaking of which, get in the Discord. Thank you very much for joining us. This was fun. I appreciate it. We all lived. We all grew together. We all made some multi-class things. We all lived.
We still have to work on one person who might not make it.
Yeah, I'm very concerned. But we'll get there. But until the next time, Doc.
Love one another. Keep it nerdy and live your dreams.
Later.
I was gonna say, are we muted yet? But I like how that happened in the middle. The middle was great.
Yeah, you remember how we had the break? About 30 minutes later, Nibbler pooped on the